Greetings, YouTube. Do not adjust your set. This is not the in-game inbox message for today. This is the in-game inbox message for December 25th, 2018, because that is what we saw when we logged into the game about a year ago. And the most common question I've been asked this week is, Prof, do you expect there to be any Christmas bundles? Were there any last year? So what I've done is I've gone into my archives, and now I've been on YouTube long enough to definitely have archives, and I've kind of taken screenshots and prepared this video to prepare you for the what I like to call $600 plus temptation, because you see, this is formatted around the same limits, at least historically, as the two main holidays for MCOC, Cyber Weekend as it's called now, and July 4th, which it's been the last 2 years, worth of limits, from 5 limiting of the cheapest bundle to 3 limits of the others. You add up all that even before tax, and you're looking at over $600. So that may not apply to most of you, but the whales, of course, will be tempted. I also want to say before I forget that Kabam also did this really interesting thing, because you notice, unlike the regular 2 holidays, there are not unit-based offers for these units. There are just regular offers. So a bunch of people buy these offers, and they have a ton more units, but what do you do with the units that you got? Well, last year, out of nowhere, they added a second milestone to gifting to give alliances more incentive to buy greater gifting crystals and other items, and it gave individuals more incentive to gift because it gave you more of a chance, in this year's case, for bonus 6-star shards and tier 5 basic catalyst fragments and greater gifting crystals, etc. So my prediction is that they'll probably do that again. We'll see a second round of gifting milestones to not only increase those alliance gifting scores, but also those individual scores. So without further ado, let's scroll through these screenshots and break them down, because I want to remind you, Kabam tried this before December 25th of 2018, and they noticed something interesting about the pattern of spending behavior of their whales. And that's when you don't make these progression-based, and you say just have bonus 4-star shards and maybe a couple of tier 1 alphas and tier 4 basic, the whales aren't going to buy all the offers. They're only going to buy the ones that are most tempting and most relevant to them, which is typically Black Panther's Treasure for $50 and the Allfather's Odin for $100. So they changed it up, and based off of your progression, which last year was uncollected, we saw the following. We saw limit 5. It's the only one that limits 5. It's the cheapest, up to $25, 5 times 5. Peter Parker's Wallet, lesser champion boost, energy refills, 5-star shards, and 6-star shards. Now, the 6-star shards were obviously the big draw out of these, and you're going to see that as a progression when these screenshots continue to roll through this video. So you could get up to a bonus 500 6-star hero crystal shards if you get all 5 offers. Not amazing, in fact, pretty weak, but it's only $25, so it's really not that big a deal. And then 1,500 5-star hero crystal shards. Again, normally that would be a terrible $25 deal, but it's just a bonus with units, and people are still super thirsty at this point for greater gifting crystals, so they're wanting to buy units even without bonus items, so these are more than enough to incline the average summoner to purchase them. Now, Star-Lord's loot bag doubles in price, and you can see they basically doubled the 6-star shards, they doubled the 5-star shards, plus added a bonus 50, and gave essentially a double of a boost, to 20% instead of 10%, but they didn't double the energy refills, and so that was, pretty weak. So the first 2 offers, while not the worst, because they are bonus items, they could have been better, particularly Star-Lord's loot bag. If you're going to charge double the price but not give double the items all the way down, it's just not as attractive to purchase. But you did start to see a little bit of a change in the math as this deal went on, because we know we go from the Peter Parker's Wallet to double to the Star-Lord's loot bag, and then you go from $10 to $30. So you triple the price. And in that way, the 5-star shards started to get better, right? But besides that, you had this kind kind of belief that you were going to keep the energy refills the same, and I was expecting at Star-Lord's loot bag to see the 30% greater champion boost, but they went down to greater attack boost. Now, I was disappointed about this when I made this video a year ago, but several people told me that my analysis was not great because they preferred all kinds of rainbow boosts for Alliance War, and so in this case, they were thankful for twice as many boosts as the other two deals because they were going to use those greater attack boosts in Alliance War very frequently in the next Alliance War season. And now that I've taken that into consideration and knowing that I often review deals from the perspective of someone that doesn't do Alliance War, I want to point that out because just because it's not advantageous to me doesn't mean it's not advantageous to you. Then I'd be doing you a disservice watching this video if I do not consider your position in the game versus mine. So I get now the appeal of getting lesser and greater champion boost and also getting greater attack boost. So $30, 600 6-star hero crystal shards. Personally, I think this should be at least 1,000 this year. The game has evolved big time since the 6-star shard ratios came out on December 25th, 2018. I think the 5-star shard should be at least 2,500 for this, and the 6-star shard should be 1,000. But speaking of those numbers, let's move to the next deal, which moves us to the $50 Black Panthers Treasure Bundle, and the aforementioned 1,000 6-star shards were reserved for this. The 2 greater health boosts, so you get the greater attack, you get the greater health, and I really truly believe that a lot of the temptation for people out there last year in these offers was the allure of Alliance War boosts. Energy refills kept the same, but now that we get so many freaking energy refills in the game, particularly with like the special calendars in the past month, I don't think people are really hurting for energy refills, so that's not really a big deal that you're only getting one per 1,000 6-star hero crystal shards. I think for $50, this should be doubled. This should be 2,000 6-star hero crystal shards this year, and the 5-star hero crystal shards should be at least 5,000. Normally, I would say for $50, it should be 10,000. It should get you a 5-star basic crystal. And, hey, if I'm praying to the Santa gods, and Lord knows, as weird as that sentence sounds coming from a Christian, Lord knows they're there, why not have the $50 bundle this year be either a 5-star basic crystal or preferred, if you're going for the featured Doctor Doom or Bust crystals, have it be 10,000 5-star hero crystal shards, and then when we move to the final offer, copy what we saw on July 4th and move the All-Father Odin's Vault to the 5-star Nexus crystal. That makes way more sense to have the 5-star Nexus crystal be the 3,100 unit All-Father Odin's Vault, and for the 6-star shards to be at least 2,500, but I think, personally, it should be 5,000. Give us the same 6-star hero crystal shard ratio that we've seen on July 4th and Cyber Weekend. Give us that 5,000 6-star hero crystal shards to where if you buy 3 of these, you can afford a bonus 6-star featured crystal. Give us those 5-star Nexus crystals, which are like 3 5-star basic crystals in one, and then the greater champion boost, the energy refills, that's fine. So, yes, this was not the deals to the level that Cyber Weekend and July 4th are every year, but once you got to the All-Father Odin's Vault and the Black Panther's Treasure especially, these were very tempting, particularly when you factor in that the units were going for a second refresh of milestones in the gifting event, and ultimately could determine your alliance's place in the gifting event as well as your own individual place for those bonus milestones, which hopefully will be rewarded within 24 hours of the event ending. So sometime at the start of the January monthly event calendar, just the January year in general. So, as a reminder, it's the $600 format. You have a limit of 5 for the first deal, same exact limits as we just saw on Cyber Weekend not more than a month ago. And then $10 deals, limit 3. $30 limit deal, $30 deals limit 3, $50 deals limit 3, and then the Odin's limit 3. I think a Nexus crystal for those who are Cavalier, 5,000 6-star shards, the boost and the energy refills are fine, and then for the Black Panther's Treasure, 10,000 5-star shards, and at least 2,000 6-star hero crystal shards. 2,500 would probably be the max of what I would hope and expect, given that that would be half of the 5,000 that I talked about having for the Odin. But maybe it'll be less, maybe it'll be more, I don't know. What I do know is that I have fulfilled my requested obligation of not only going through and talking about Christmas of 2018, but predicting and hoping for Christmas of 2019. So do you agree or disagree on what I've outlined in this video? Comment below, let me know. And as always, thanks for contacting me, asking for video ideas, and just for supporting the channel all the way through. 2019 is almost over, but hopefully 2020 will be the best year ever. And until then, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, all the above. We're ending this video on a smile from Texas, even though you certainly can't see that because this is a radio-style voiceover-only video.